Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I'm going to review for you the Folk Cards of Destiny. And it says Old Cartomancy on the bottom. Now, I'm really always attracted to these old style decks like these, like the Gypsy Witch cards and all of those things. I like that. The Gypsy Fortune Telling cards. I just really like those and I'm attracted to them. So anyway, this one, let me see. I got this at Half Price Books for $5.99, and I only saved that so I could tell you. Half Price Books is great for things like this. All right, so it's a top and bottom cardboard box, very sturdy. It's got a kind of linen finish. I don't know if that even makes a difference to you. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's kind of cool and different. This is what the sides look like. It's published by Lo Scarabeo. Old Cartomancy, Folk Cards of Destiny. And the back says, Old Cartomancy playing cards, 36 cards with instructions, Dondorf, Frankfurt, 1870, Lo Scarabeo, and 1895. Okay, the price here, $18.95, and I got it for $5.99, so you can't beat that with a stick. All right, so this is the inside of the box again with the linen finish. I don't know why that thrills me so much, but there you have it. We got this little paper guidebook, which turned out to be very, very valuable to me, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then the cards. Well, let's look at it now. All right, so that's what it looks like, just paper. It comes, the instructions are in English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. And this was published in 2021, May of 2021, again by Lo Scarabeo. Now, it says, Cartomancy is an art as old as playing cards. People around the world have used decks from their homelands to seek advice to get some positive predictions about the future. This is precisely the case with the Folk Cards of Destiny, the art of which, dating from the end of the 18th century, consisted of typical drawings in the medieval tradition, updated through the artistic language of modern Germany. Okay, so Dondorf, a famous German card printer, produced this beautiful deck. He was born in Frankfurt in 1809, beginning his career in 1833. He created decks of playing cards using innovative techniques, delightful graphics, and new artistic ideas, riddled with deep historical references. He and his family's career lasted for about 100 years. Okay, and then it talks about power games between four kingdoms, because there's four suits, and then so hearts responds to cups. Bells responds to corresponds to coins. Acorns corresponds to clubs, and leaves correspond to swords. So the acorns would be wands, and the leaves would be swords, and the bells would be pentacles, and the hearts would be cups. Okay, now I'm not going to remember that, but I'll look it up again. All right, so why this book is so, this isn't tarot, so I don't even know why I'm worried about that, but I always just, yeah, it's automatic. So it talks about the different kingdoms, and then it goes to the suits, and each suit has an ace, 2, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, and a 10, a knave, and a king. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4 is 36. That makes sense. Because there's 36 cards. Okay, but this is why this is so important, because when I first started looking at the cards, I looked at the hearts, so let's pull the hearts out. And you can imagine my confusion when I said, okay, Ace of Hearts. And you know what? Let's just do this. Okay, these are thin to medium weight cardstock. They are glossy. Well, they're not super glossy, but they're glossy. And so let's get back to how important this book is. So I saw, okay, so Ace, 2 of Hearts. Did I show you the back? Yes. And then I'm like, 6 of Hearts, 7 of Hearts, 8 of Hearts, 9 of Hearts, 10 of hearts, and then, oh, wait a minute. Is this the ace or is this the ace? I'm so confused. And then, is this the 2 or is this something else? Okay, so now you can see why the book is important, because if you're like me, you would be totally confused. So, the ace has the symbol at the top. Okay, so there's this, like for example, the bell. You know it's the ace because the symbol is at the top. All right, that's very good. You know what numbers these are because you can count the symbol, right? That's easy enough. And then when you get to the knave, the symbol is at the bottom. Okay, so unlike the ace where the symbol is at the top, with the knave, the symbol is at the bottom, and the king has 2 symbols. And how can we tell that from the 2? Well, it looks like a king. That's the only way I can tell you. It looks like a king. So when we do our reading, we'll do a 1-card reading at the end so you can see how the little meanings are written. Just remember, the king looks like a king and has 2 of the symbols. Okay, so we already looked at the hearts. Now let's look at the bells, which again are equal to, hearts are cups, bells are coins. So the bells, again, that's easy to remember because it's round. Okay, great. So we have the ace, the 2. I do like this artwork. It's very beautiful. The 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of bells, the knave, because remember the bell is at the bottom, and the king. Okay, great. You couldn't, yeah, the king. Very good. And then we have the acorns, which is, again, wands. That would be really hard for me to remember until I, memorized it. Okay, so we have the ace of acorns, 2 of acorns, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9. There's lots of animals in this. I like that a lot. The 10, the knave, and the king. Okay, so there's no mistaking the kings. They're obviously kings. Okay, and then we have the, last but not least, what do they call this, the leaves? The leaves would be the swords. Yeah, okay. And then we have the ace, the 2, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, the knave, and the king. Now, I am not sure why it only goes ace, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure about the other numbers, and maybe it is somewhere in this book. I don't remember reading it, but I'm going to guess that it's probably in here somewhere. All right, so let's shuffle these and see how they go. Now, this is a really thin deck, so I feel like they're going to be easy to shuffle, even if you have short fingers. Well, like me. All right. I spoke too soon. That was shuffler error, not card error. All right, so let's just pull 1 card and see what we get, what message we get from, yeah, these shuffle very nicely. They don't stick together. Honestly, I have a lot less trouble with the, I have a lot less trouble with the glossy ones sticking together than I do with the matte ones. To me, those really stick. All right, so these shuffle nicely now. All right, so let's do a 1-card reading. So Spirit, what message do you have for the viewer through these cards today? What would you like them to know, think about, consider, or keep in mind? What message do you have for the viewer today, Spirit? 1 card, please. 1 message. Maybe that's 4. All right, let's do it. There's one thing. Let's check in the book before we're done, or when we're done, and see if there are any spreads. I think I might have seen something. All right, there's one. And this is the Knave of Leaves, which would be the Knave of Swords. Okay, so let's see how the meaning of that card is presented in the book. So we're going to leaves and the knave. It says, an immature, overbearing, overall unproductive person. Wow. You need to be careful about not being overwhelmed by the problems they create. Beware of cold, calculating, and stubborn people. Wow. Okay, so you have some people to look out for, right? Look out for an immature, overbearing, overall unproductive person. I bet if you think about it, you know exactly who that is right now, if this reading is for you. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, because, why? Because this is a general reading. Okay, and we're not all the same. But if you know that person, just be aware of them. You need to be careful about not being overwhelmed by the problems that they create. Okay, so if you have that person who's immature, overbearing, and unproductive, just be careful not to be overwhelmed by the problems they create. This sounds like it could be a person at work. This sounds like it could be a maybe even a family member. Beware of, and also beware of cold, calculating, and stubborn people. And those might be two different people. I suspect they would be two different people. All right, so that is your message from the cards for today. If that resonates, please let me know in the comments section below. All right, so that, friends, was my review. And I love these. I love these old-timey decks. Let me show you a couple of different ones that are similar to this that you might like to check out the reviews of on my Oracle Deck Reviews playlist. So you might like to check out the reviews of also the Russian Gypsy fortune-telling cards. These are wonderful. The Slavic Oracle, also very nice. And one of my faves, the Gypsy Oracle cards. So check those out if these kinds of cards interest you at all. Okay, friends, that was my review of the Folk Cards of Destiny. I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It's completely free for you. It helps me out a whole lot. We've just hit 1,515 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're headed for 2,000. I would love to get there soon. So, again, I thank you for being here. If you would like more, to see more tarot deck reviews, oracle deck reviews, if you would like to see videos on how to read tarot for beginners, if you would like to see different divination methods demonstrated, this is your channel, friends, and I'd love to have you join us. So, I want to thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.